Huge spike in awareness and rejection of Project 2025. This is who did the polling? Who did the polling? Nationwide survey of 1,000 registered voters conducted July 11th to July 14th. Navigator Research. Okay, remember, polling is from the devil. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this is a 3-week difference in polling on people's perceptions of Project 2025, favorability, to see how much it's changed. And if we go by overall, now it's 11% are favorable, 43 are unfavorable, 46% don't know. A net of -32, which is a hell of a lot better than a net of -9 3 weeks ago. That's crazy. A 23-point negative shift in 3 weeks? Woo! Who are the 7% of Dems being favorable? The median voter! Don't question it. Even for self-identified MAGA Republicans, it's basically 50-50, 20, 61, 19. It seemed, according to the results of these polls, Brianna Joy Gray is the 7%. True. How can the median of something represent 7%? Because the median voter is like a broad descriptor that contains within it that 7%, you know? Anyway, if anything, it looks like independents and Republicans are the ones least aware of it. Obviously, Democrats are the least favorable, but they're also the most knowledgeable, which means, dude, this is really good. Look, favorability from MAGA Republicans was +10 3 weeks ago, but now only +1. What's a CNN Democrat supposed to be? You can read the fine text down here. MAGA Republicans are Republicans who identify as a supporter of the MAGA movement on a separate question, while non-MAGA Republicans are Republicans who do not. CNN and MSNBC Democrats are Democrats who report that they watch CNN and MSNBC a few times a month or more on a separate question. There. This is huge. This opens up this is across every racial demographic too here, man. This opens up like a massive weakness. The public knowledge of Project 2025, it might actually end up cinching this election more than anything else, which is why it's critical that we have a front runner capable of talking about it, which Kamala Harris does, but Joe Biden couldn't because he couldn't talk at all. Really remarkable stuff here. Possibly any. It could also be that at first the only people who were keyed in on it were already inclined to be positive about it. Actually, I wonder if the John Oliver segment made an impact. Oh, I'm sure it did. Yeah, the John Oliver segment definitely had an impact on this. Yeah. The fact that 10% of black people are for it is disappointing. Save point, again, I really wouldn't overthink, like, look, when you're looking at polling like this, you want to look at the broader trend. Don't overthink the little nitpicky, like, oh, here, this edge case, that edge case. If you overthink it, your head's going to fry, okay? 10%, for all you know, a significant portion of this 10% of black people heard Project 2025, and they were like, damn, that sounds cool, and said yes. Like, it's literally a poll, you know what I mean? Do you support Project 2025? Well, I love projects. And I love the year 2025. Think it's going to be a good one. Let's go. Like, you cannot account for, like, median voter brain. Project 2025? Oh, they're talking about my desire to go and finally finish building that porch. That's the project I have set out for that year. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I want to finish building my porch. Check. Like, you have no idea. Look for broad patterns. You don't want to you don't want to overthink it. Something we taught a chimp to understand the median voters' politics. Yeah. The main goal for 2025 is just to build everyone porches. I genuinely think that if you are if you're in a, like, any kind of single family home or townhouse or anything where you have like a small bit of porch, like space in front, and your house doesn't have a porch or a deck or anything like that, I think that's psychotic. The people who built your house did you a disservice. Literally, like, what would you rather have? A single family house that has like 12 feet of lawn to get to the sidewalk, or a single family house that has 8 feet of lawn and 4 feet of like a wooden deck with some chairs and a table on it? Everyone would rather have the deck or porch or whatever. I'm not entirely sure if I know what the difference. A porch is in the front, the deck is in the back, right? Or the deck is like an elevated portion that doesn't lead to the sidewalk, but yeah, that in a barbecue patio. Okay, yeah. What about a patio? I also don't necessarily know what the difference is between that and a deck. Okay, a deck is self-supporting. Gotcha. Okay, porch is covered. Okay. Gotcha. Something like that. Yeah, I saw this. This was the source of the last, we taught a chimp to understand the median voter's politics, and he shot himself meme. We're gonna win, folks. Donald Trump's not a looker. He doesn't have that going for him. Dave Rubin cowers out of a bet to delete his channel and online presence because he's about to lose. Dave Rubin shows video of him pledging to retire and delete his accounts if Biden completes a 4-year term, even though there's less than 6 months left. Dave's claiming victory because Biden's not the president, even though he is. I'm not a brain dead moron. Okay, gotcha. The only person who I've known who's ever actually held to their pledge on, like, removing themselves from content production was Joseph Anderson with finishing his Witcher 3 video. Any Joseph heads in chat, you'll know if you know. I'm getting this Witcher 3 review video, all 18 hours of it, out here before the end of 2023, or I'm not streaming anymore. And it's been 7 months since his last stream. I miss him every day. I've had to turn to another Canadian for my live stream content, Northern Lion, but I don't want to pit two bad bitches against each other. I want them both smooching. How dare you remind me? Yeah. Tempest linked this earlier. Yes, he did. But apparently Bashir has not been contacted by Kamala Harris's team for a potential VP pick.
Now the question is if she...
He ain't one of us. Yes, this was Bashir roasting that. I will say this, okay? Bashir is like a targeted J.D. Vance seeking missile. Like, Bashir is like a calculated counter pick. Okay? Expand on your Mark Kelly pick. He was an astronaut. Only Mark Kelly has been contacted so far. Astronaut. He's been in space. Yeah, he's been in space. Like, what else do you want, man? Anybody who's worn this suit gets like an automatic +10 in favorability ratings with independent voters. Look at this shit, dude. He's been in space. Here's him in the full suit. God damn. Some bulky ass suits. Does anyone else wish that, like, artists would draw spacesuits the way they actually look? It's kind of like how Tony Stark's Iron Man armor sucked when they made it like nanoparticles that just magically appeared, but it was pretty cool when it was heavy physical metal that had to be assembled. And everyone draws like futuristic spacesuits, and it's like, yeah, in the future a spacesuit's just going to be like a plug suit from Evangelion. It's like, I don't want that, man. Make them like a brick, you know? Be like a giant bulletproof, like 50,000 backup life support systems. Like, yeah, like commit to it, you know? I don't want them all to be like a tiny little sleek suit. That's called NASA core aesthetic. It's just what spacesuits are. Spacesuits are never, ever, ever going to be super sleek, man. It doesn't make any sense, ever. It doesn't matter how good technology is. Nobody is going out into the void of the cosmos with nothing but a single point of failure between them and freezing in an instant, as like all the oxygen is pulled out of their lungs, you know? Like every spacesuit is going to need a bunch of backups to, you know, like, it's like, oh, you destroyed my outer layer? Well, thankfully, this thing costs $8 million and is equipped with 72 redundancies, like power armor in space. Yeah. Like, why not? I'm pretty sure you'd take a good while to freeze given the failure of heat transfer. Well, you don't freeze because space is cold. Space is cold, but it's not because you lose the heat. You freeze because in the zero pressure environment, the blood boils off, and then your body's... Wait, the blood boils because of the low pressure, and then the boiling blood takes the heat with it, and what remains in your body freezes, right? That's what happens? I don't actually know. Maybe something like that. I think it's something in... It's like... up is the thing. It's... Look, the only thing you need to know is you don't want to be up there in the void of space without a solid spacesuit, okay? That would be where the YouTuber adds the plug for today's sponsor, like in 100 years, you know what I mean? That's why you're gonna need the, you know, Cosmosuit. Cosmosuit has all your... Yeah. Give me a small, you know, sponsorship deal of like $800,000 or the cost of one Snickers bar in the year of our Lord 2143. Yeah, I remember. Kelly's wife was nearly killed by... This is the vengeance plan, okay? We need Kelly as the VP because he needs revenge on the GOP for trying to kill his wife. That rules, Killjoy 40K. Shot in the head and survived. How? Because she's built different.